My name is Sashee Chandran. I'm founder and CEO of Tea Drops, and we make an assortment of bagless, organic, dissolvable teas. I am Los Angeles born. My mom's from China and my dad's from Sri Lanka. My dad was the eldest of 4 other siblings, and my mom just had so much pressure growing up and expectations around her that I think when it came to my brother and I, my parents always wanted education to be first and most important, but beyond that, they always said to my brother and I, you can do whatever you want, we just want you to be happy and we want you to work hard. And so that's kind of the philosophy I grew up with. It's funny because now I'm able to connect the dots of so many things and realize that there was a reason why I was drawn to tea at such an early age. I had influences of tea culture on both sides. On my mom's side, every time I would come home or I felt sick, my mom would make me chrysanthemum tea. And so it was a way of me bonding with her. And my dad was actually born on a tea estate in Sri Lanka. On my dad's side, every time I would go to a Sri Lankan party, all the aunties would serve a type of chai or a black Assam tea. And so it really was this staple in our household of connection and bringing people together. And that's the one feeling I remember always having as a child. The reason I had the idea for Tea Drops is because I started working in a more corporate office environment, and on my work desk, I would have just an arsenal of tea paraphernalia. You know, tea at the time just felt very labor intensive to make loose leaf tea at my desk. So that's really was the point of inspiration behind thinking of, you know, how can tea be prepared differently? When I approached making Tea Drops, I wanted it to be really accessible, really fun, and so that's why we have these whimsical shapes like heart, stars, and flowers. And we have really unique flavor profiles. Merging those two worlds together, this need for convenience in the US, yet this deep tie and connection, my heritage to tea from my parents, for it to come together in the formation of Tea Drops. A couple things, like I think I have really good natural hair, and I always used to, as a kid, think, oh, it's like I have too much hair, but now I'm like, what a great head of hair I have. And then my other feature I really like are my lips. I think that, I don't know, people pay a lot of money to inject their lips, and I have a naturally plump lips that I'm really appreciative of. I think a lot of people are surprised to know that I'm really good at Street Fighter 2. Back then with the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 2, there weren't a lot of girl heroic figures in that realm, and so they should definitely include more badass women. I really now don't put myself in a bucket of this or that, and I think one thing that I wish I thought about differently when I was younger is that you try to minimize the things that make you different. I knew I was different in the way I looked, but I always associated myself with being American first. And now, as I'm able to pull back the layers of who I really am and where my parents come from, you're able to learn so much about them. Like, learn about where you're from, because it explains so much about why your parents make the decisions they do, and in turn, why you make the decisions you do. There's a lot of insight to be gleaned there. For me, Live Tinted means to be fully yourself and to celebrate all of the things and the qualities that make you you. Live ambitiously. I think it's important to own it. My name is Sashee Chandran, and I live tinted.